All right.
But
So moving on to our main topics for this episode, right? This actually is a layover from last week, which is the new name for Project L. I don't know how you
Oh.
guys feel about this. Chat, you guys can back me up. What's your temperature check about this as well? It's no longer called Project L, but 2XKO, which I'm not really sold on the name because I feel
what do
like
you
we've had Project L for like 2 years, 3 years now, 2 years. I've
what,
kind of like adopted that name, so it's just
yeah.
hard for me to.
When you say the name 2XKO Hearts, what do you think of? Like, what does that make you think of as a
You
title?
gotta kill
Not just
two
a
people to win the match. 2x, you gotta get 2 KOs.
Mhm.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
trash
that's
now.
what
It's
I
trash
don't
now.
like it. I
I
don't
don't
like
like
it.
it.
Here's my take on that,
Hmm.
and I think the rest of the fighting game community feels this way. Is first of all, the name is trash. I don't understand it, but I think this. I
Agreed.
think that.
I
I
thought
think
you were
this.
about to back it up just now.
That's
I
crazy.
think this confirms that the game is going to be more than just League of Legends IPs. There's probably going to be Valorant people there too, and you know what I mean.
Ooh,
It's going to be more than it's going to be Riot's fighting game, not just League of Legends. We were walking into that thinking it's just going to be a League of Legends game,
that's a good take.
but I think this could be the Fortnite of fighting games. Like literally all sorts of crazy
Because it is
IPs
free to
all in
play.
one fighting game.
It is free to
Yeah.
play.
Because what's one fighting game out there, maybe other than Brawlhalla, that has all these different
That
IPs
don't
just tossed
excuse
in
that don't
like
excuse
Fortnite
naming it
does?
Project L for 2 years,
Hmm.
letting us marinate. At first, when they named it Project L, I was like, oh, big L. And then I
Right.
looked at it, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. And then the name kind of like grew on me. And
Yeah.
I struggled with this name for years to finally fall in love with it, and now you guys are gonna replace it with this
2XKO.
atrocity.
Right.
This atrocity.
Well, we've been
Nah.
through this before with Riot. I think when Valorant came out or was announced, people didn't have an official name. It was called like Project K or something like that.
But
And then it finally got its real name, which Valorant's a badass name, but 2KO, they went totally a different direction with
That's
that.
crazy.
what
But
I'm saying is, right, you would think the name would actually tie to. So that's why what you're saying, Jeremy, is actually not a bad idea. It might be that direction that they're going in. But if not, and it's just 2XKO, it doesn't make sense for the whole lore or the franchise in general, right? You would think they would find something that is more similar, like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. You would think that it would be something along the lines of that franchise, but we
I
don't have
think
that.
that's why they didn't go that direction because they don't want to limit it to only the League of Legends IP. They
Hmm.
want to open it up to all of Riot's. I mean, maybe Riot is going to come up with more games in the next few years. And they want to keep the door open for those too.
All right, Ahmed, what
We
do you
haven't
think?
probably considered that.
It seems like they just wanted a really cool name with a few letters, and that's what they were able to put together. I don't know. I don't like
Trash.
it at all.
Mm.
I don't like it at all.
So listen, we need to
It
come
feel,
up with a name, and it's only 4 characters.
when you go to Star GG and you have to sign up for a game and they always have those abbreviations.
Hmm.
That's the abbreviation I would expect to be there, but it actually be a real title. You know.
Wow.
That makes sense.
Uh,
Hmm.
so
I don't know. And
uh,
they said
it's
it took a
weird.
lot of deliberation and all. I'm like,
You think they'll
nah, I'm
fold?
sorry.
You think they'll fold?
I hope they do. Go back to Project L. Shit.
That'd be crazy.
I think I really think it's gonna be a Riot fighting game. We've been talking about the League of Legends fighting game, I know, but this is a Riot fighting game.
Mm.
Have we seen any
I think
characters
we have the
outside of League?
not yet, but I think I think it's coming.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
even if
remember
it was just
this is live service, so it might be like what is it Blue, where they have the rotating characters.
Hmm.
yeah.
It's gonna be just like that, I think. So
That's an interesting
time will
premise.
tell.
Whoa,
I
no,
bet
that's
you
not.
there
That's
will
not
be a
good. That's
Valorant.
not good.
Mm.
I
It's
bet you
supposed
there
to
will
be
be
free
a
to play.
Valorant character.
It is free to play.
So if
Well, it's gonna follow probably the League of Legends model anyway, which gives you like a certain season's worth of characters, and then you have to play those,
oh, this
and
is
you play,
changing everything.
yeah. I have a feeling it's gonna follow League's model that they've always done.
I was
Uh,
I'm
I
not
was really
familiar with the
hoping it's
model.
gonna be.
that is not confirmed, but they have said it's gonna be free to play, and this is what
I'm
Riot has
hoping it's
done with
all free to
all their
play.
games. So
Mhm.
why wouldn't they do it with this?
Hmm.
That's true. You
It's
bring up a
really
very
good.
good point.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead, Heartless.
No, he brings up a very good point. I thought we were gonna get a free to play fighting game and like all the characters would come free and we'd all be able to. He's got a good point. They're gonna go the League model or the other models they use where you don't get the whole game for free really.
Mm.
Yeah, that this is going to be the future of the. This is going to if this pops off, this is going to be the future of the industry. No more buying a 60, 70, $80 fighting game that has everything.
And then you're just gonna
That's
spend
not
your
gonna
money on cosmetics like Fortnite.
Yeah. This is going to be the future. I think Capcom and Namco, they're watching this very, very, very closely. If this pops off the way they, were kind of expecting it to do, that model is going to be the future of all fighting games. Mark my words. You can
Mm.
quote me today. I don't know
That's
how I don't
crazy.
know how
You
you
guys,
feel
you
about
guys,
I don't
you
know
guys
how you
getting
You
feel
that?
heard it
about
here
that, Aki,
first.
but
Quote
I
Jeremy.
clipped that. I clipped it.
I don't know how you
Yep.
feel about that, Aki, but that's how I feel. That the industry is heading, fighting games specifically, is headed in that direction.
Okay.
I definitely agree. I mean, it we've seen like similar things happen with like platform fighters in multiverses and
Mhm.
Nickelodeon All Star Brawl, games like that. Like Nickelodeon, for example, as a platform fighter, they dropped two games,
Mhm.
same price tag I think it was for both games, and they immediately like player base died right away. People are like, dude, why isn't this game free to play? It would do so much better. Like you could sell us more costumes for our characters and things like that.
Mhm.
So I don't know. And then I, I agree. To say the least, I agree. It is going in the same direction, and
Yeah.
uh, I don't know. I would like to see more from the fighting games. I think Street Fighter 6 did a really good job too, with their whole model as far as onboarding a casual to a fighting game. They made it really fun and gave it a lot of variety too. So I'm imagining that this new Riot Fighter, it could be another like Street Fighter 6 scenario where it's going to onboard casuals to a new style of fighter,
Mhm.
and then it has characters that are really likable. So
Mhm.
that would be great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just also call my shot on this. I think in the future we're gonna call this the Fortnite of fighting games. Like literally, it's gonna have the same kind of thing. The game casual fan base. It's gonna have all those different events and IPs and skins and
I can see that.
dancing and all that stuff. It's gonna have. This is gonna be the Fortnite
I
of
can see
fighting
that.
games.
I can see that.
Hot take.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
That's not a hot take.
I'm open to it if it's
I,
done right.
if it's
I'm
done
open
right,
to it.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I think fighting games is missing, but Tekken's not missing it?
Go ahead.
When you pull up to a Tekken match online, your character is a one of one.
Oh, you can customize your character.
You can customize your character or yeah. So I think fighting games need that. Like when you go fight somebody in Street Fighter, you're gonna look at something that you've always seen before. There's nothing that identifies that person, no matter how professional they are, that
It's uniquely
identifies them
yours.
as uniquely yours.
Mhm.
But so if you have a shop like that, at least then you'd be at a point where you'd have a lot of different skins for a lot of different characters.
Mhm.
So you will run into stuff often that you'd be like, oh damn, I haven't seen that in a long time, or I've never seen anyone using that skin,
Hmm.
stuff like that.
And make things rarity. Make things a
It,
rarity.
it,
Yeah.
it creates a
Yeah.
rarity.
Mhm.
They did it in 5. There was like Mega Man Ryu and all these different ones. It just
Yeah.
would have been cool.